Schori. I'm one of the pastors here at Nativity. I've been here for 4 years now. I have my spouse, my wife, Melissa, and 2 daughters, Johanna and Isla. They are 5 and 3. Johanna went to NCFC here for preschool, and Isla's currently going here for preschool. And I get to be the Director of Children's and Family Ministry here at Nativity. So that's pretty fantastic. I joined the Nativity Reconciling in Christ core team because I got to play a hand in bringing it into existence. When you are a pastor, you get to have a number of conversations with people who come for worship and things like that, and there's been a number of times where people have come and worshiped with us and have asked, are we RIC? Are we RIC? And I've always had to say, no, we are not. And eventually it got to the point where we started to really ask, well, why aren't we moving in that direction? And so I was fortunate enough to be in a position where I could ask that of our leaders, of our council, and I was able to be kind of a conduit of the voice of our youth who were also asking that same question as well. And so when it came time for the opportunity to develop of who would be on the core team, the council empowered me, which I feel very fortunate to do, to reach out to members of our community to be a part of this core team. And that means I got to be a part of it. And so I feel very fortunate to be able to be on the core team. An ally is a person who wants to work for equity for a group of marginalized people of which they are not a part of that group. So an example of that is myself. I am a cisgendered, straight, white man, and I aspire to work for equity for people in the LGBTQ plus community, people of color, women, and the list kind of goes on and on, because I'm very privileged. So privilege does not mean that you've never had to work hard, that you've never suffered, that you've never faced challenge in your life. And I think a lot of times people think that that's what we're talking about. Privilege just means that there are certain inequities in this world that you personally will never have to experience because of who you are. So an example would, like myself, I personally will never be affected by the discrimination of the LGBTQ plus community in our society. It's never going to directly affect me in the same way that it would someone who is a part of that community. And that in itself, because I never personally have to deal with it or face it if I don't want to, that is what my privilege is. So being an ally means intentionally doing a lot of listening and doing a lot of homework. Again, because the world doesn't force me to face these things and learn these things, I have to intentionally seek it out and educate myself. So, and there's so many ways you can do it. Books, podcasts, articles, it's all out there. And the occasional conversation with a friend who is a part of the marginalized community that I am attempting to support. But I try not to do that as so often because I'm trying not to force my friends to continually relive their trauma for the sake of educating me. So I then strive to use my privilege and my voice to speak up for and advocate for the marginalized people of the community I'm trying to support, but not to the point where I'm speaking over them or talking for them when they could very easily talk for themselves, maybe perhaps giving them an opportunity to have access to ears and hearts that maybe they wouldn't have otherwise. If I can do that, then I will aspire to do that. And the last thing that I think is really important in lifting up about being an ally is that there are going to be times where you're going to stumble. There are going to be times where you're going to make mistakes. And when those times happen, when you get called out by the people you're trying to support, it's really important to listen, to constructively take criticism, to apologize, and to try and move forward and learn from the experience. Because we're all trying to move, I hope, in the same direction. And that is essentially my understanding of what it means to be an ally. Let's keep the conversation going.